The shadows swallow you once again, and you trace your way back to the guest house. You need some time for yourself before you're ready to face Atri and Alpheon. After freshening yourself and collecting your thoughts, you are ready to leave. Alpheon is waiting for you at the Rose, ready to convince Atri to join your cause. With a spring to your step, you head to the Rose. The streets of Carolis are a usual riot of scents and colors. The distant smell of brine carried by the wind mixes with that of fresh bread and olives, and laughing children run past you. The scene steals a smile from you. This is the beauty you swear to nurture as a Lady of Dawn, with Alpheon at your side. The roses smell range from the brightness of the lemon to the smokiness of the roast. The innkeeper waves you over once he sees you. Alpheon told me you'd pass by. I'll fetch him for you. Thank you. He disappears behind a drape. 1 minute later, he's followed by your beloved Alpheon. It's my man. Are you having breakfast here, or if I survive the morning? Alpheon greets you with a kiss and takes your arm. See you later. Dumbfounded, he lets you go without even a question. I thought you'd already be talking with Atri by now. I wouldn't want her to scare off the patrons of the tavern. How did your adventure in the depths of the city go? I killed a lady. Yippee! I'm invested, you know, since I have to thank them for my greatest song yet. He seems intrigued by your intention to reform them. Renza of Lady La Marina. I wonder what kind of person she is to gain your trust. One with an eye for luxury and business. There are plenty of alleys around the Rose. Some have their reasons to see little traffic, from the pervasive stench of urine, ew, to a gap in the sewage hole. Alpheon gags as soon as he steps into one. I'll never be mentally prepared for the conversation we're about to have, so... He squeezes his eyes into a frown for a moment. You're gonna have to do most of the talking, right? Oh shit, okay. Lovely. I'm gonna save again. Atri takes shape from the shadows on the wall, tense like a bowstring. Good morning. Alpheon's joy is greeted promptly. Alpheon's jolly greeting is promptly ignored as she pulls her hood down to look at you. Walking down Piss Alley. Yeah, we're in Piss Alley. It's right next to Shitway. Stinky. I honestly, like, I know people were like, oh, I'd love to live in another timeline. No, I don't. Do you think I want to live before plumbing? Absolutely the fuck not. No. Plumbing, AC, electric, internet. No, I'm fine where I am. I hate it here, but I hate it a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure I hate it a lot less compared to other times. Alpheon's jolly greeting is promptly ignored as she pulls her hood down to look at you. You are ready to resume the conversation you had the night before. What the Abyss wants is not the city's best interest. She takes a deep breath. Either for real. Yeah, listen, like, I know shit's bad now, but shit was worse then. And, like, here's the thing, we wouldn't be going back in time and being like, oh, it's another time, let me experience this for the first time. No, we would have knowledge of the better part of technology and be like, oh, this is bad. I hate this. What's best for the city guard patrolling the streets matters very what's best for the city guard patrolling the streets matter very little to the nobles for Citadel. Blood and terror do not benefit anyone. I can read really well. I'm doing great tonight. Whose blood are you talking about? She crosses her arms and leans over the wall. The streets of Carolis have only known the blood of peasants thus far. She looks towards the Citadel, perched atop a rock, distant and impossible. For things to change, they must taste a different kind. The Abyss's truth is brutally simple. Rich or poor, old or young, all souls find their end in its embrace. The everlasting darkness accompanies them, cradle to the grave. Once the people of Carolis open their eyes to the truth, the city will be bathed in blood, yes. That of the tyrants that confine rewards and punishments to the afterlife. Virtue, not substance. A war among the populace is not the solution. I guess that one? Why? Violence and pain are excellent deterrents. Instead of being postponed to the hells, the punishments are most effective in the tangible world, where a limb lost is never regained and a broken bone will never fully heal back. What happened at the dance, Chussie? What happened to the darkest hour? Something made you stray. I sat in a pond in a creek naked with my man and thought, yeah, I like this. This is a great life. Someone. Ascanio, the prodigal one, showed himself to me. You reconfirmed what you told her the night before, and she is not pleased. Alpheon, who has been remarkably silent throughout, suddenly becomes more tense. His thoughts are gently slide among yours. Be very careful, the Abyss's fed lies about him for years. The prodigal one tell you why he felt the need to establish the false son. Grief. It would have been so easy to let his sorrow turn into frenzy, and yet he wanted to protect and cherish instead of destroying. Atri doesn't seem impressed. Did he tell you why he never revealed himself to us before? Out of fear, I would say. We're both pretty terrifying in our own right. I don't think I had noticed that the shadows are displeased with you too, Alpheon. How come? Having you do anything always felt like pulling teeth, yet you were so eager to deny the Abyss. He shudders at the analogy. What can I say? When I see someone cry, I don't kick them down to make their Abyss darker. I'd rather comfort them. The Abyss's violence is just as it is comfort. Thus, when I reject the Abyss's violence, I reject its comfort too. What are you left with? The goddess and her light. Atri looks blankly at you. This conversation is going nowhere, exactly as Alpheon predicted. I wish to meet this Ascanio. Me too, but unlike her, I have no intention to assault him. Get out of my mind, Alpheon. Why don't you tell me why you're so angry then? Because you tell me of the hope he gives Carolis. But when I was facing Theans, where was he? When their army kept rising up from the waters, why was I alone to fight against them? He gotta go through it? Was my first death part of his grand plan? Did he have a reason to for leaving me in the maws of enemy lines, driving me to awaken that monster to defend the city? Polyanakin? My boy? The answer will determine whether I assault him or not. Atri lost more than just her life at sea. She lost her hearth, the people under her command. So many years spent reforming from the bits and pieces left of her. She is never outside the shadows for long, and you can already see the skin on her forehead regenerating, and hair poking out from her scalp. I will lead you to him. You merge with the shadows, Atri and Alpheon follow. You slide from the cobblestone to ivy, from walls to roofs, as fast as your mind allows, and oh good, we're out of Piss Alley. The refrain is but a minute away. Ascanio is not in the gardens. Would he know that you're bringing Alpheon and Atri with you? The gates creak happily, and Brother Mattia, who is descending the stairs, calls out for you. Chussie, I knocked on your door for the lauds, but you were already gone. Alpheon clears his throat. Ah, apologies, I didn't know you were bringing in more guests. Where is Ascanio? He's helping Sister Aleste move some furniture. I can call him for you. Please do. Yay. He nods quickly and climbs back to the first floor. That's Brother Mattia. One of the victims of Laverna. He found asylum here. Atri hums in acknowledgement. Brother Mattia should be one of the first to know of Laverna's fate. You owe it to him. Footsteps draw you out of your musings to announce Ascanio's arrival. What up, twink? Dressed in the blue garb of the halls, simple yet elegant, he looks as confident as ever as he descends the stairs. The silence is thick like honey. He takes off his glasses and folds them into his pocket, revealing the eyes that mirror yours and Atri's. Hello, friend. Atri glares at Alpheon. Someone needs to be the first to talk. And of course it needs to be you. With impeccable manners he bows to you all. Well met, I am Ascanio. You know who I am? I have, of course, heard of your good work in the city, rescuing the victims from fires and tormenting the wicked. Funny you should say that, I have never heard a single good thing you have done. Damn. I find that having statues in your likeness severely limits how free you can be for centuries after they are carved. Atri's hands ball into fists, and Alpheon rushes in before the situation devolves any further. Oh, big stretch. Ugh. Ah. Oh, big stretch. Ugh. Sippy sippy. There is no need to be fighting already, really. You've only just met. Spurred by his plea, Atri controls her temper for now. You insist on knowing what I have done for Caroline. I followed the mandate of the Abyss and established it. And when the Theans were attacking, where were you? I was hiding. Coward. Insult me all you'd like. Had they found me, they would have been successful. But it wasn't the city they were after, but my blood, for it grants the gift of magic. So you did nothing while I faced their army alone. Did you ever notice the darkness of the Abyss within the corpses you were fighting so relentlessly? They were gifted undeath by Ymir? Ermi, ruler of the Winter Court of Thea. I couldn't be seen by them. She would know of my presence. You could have met with me. You could have told me. You could have done anything to help instead of letting me awaken that creature. I could have, but did not. And where is your apology? I wish things had gone differently. You expect Ascanio to elaborate, but he falls silent instead. That's not much of an apology, and you observe Atri's reaction with bated breath. To your surprise, she grins. Or a bastard. Alpheon's thoughts flow into yours. Would you believe me if I told you she meant that as a compliment? And you are as fierce as a scorching apex sun. You'd make a fine lady of the prime. Ascanio looks at you with a smile. I believe you are in the presence of dawn and dusk already. Atri turns towards you as well, but she looks betrayed instead. You never told me that. You didn't let me. Yeah, you really didn't, actually. You came into my room in the middle of the night while I was cuddling my himbo, and then you're like, hey, guess what? Fuck you. And then you just dipped. Don't get mad at Chussie. You know it's true. You'd feed those sods the same lies you've been consuming for centuries, hoping for a reward that will never come. The reward for the virtuous is a life lived happily. And what of the punishment for the wicked? You have been administering it for years. And by all means, keep doing that. Your violence gives hopes to those who lack it, and denies the joy of torment to those who chase it. Had we not agreed, Atri, that I be the judge, you the sword, and Chussie the open hand that comforts, we are not going back on our word. Yeah, that is true. But we're also not killing everybody. The goddess might not be real, but the deeds done in her name are. We are the envoys of the Abyss. Darkness empowers us. Shadows course through our veins. Your nature does not define you. He gestures at himself, and then at you and Alpheon. As you can see, Atri is beside herself. You see her take a deep breath and then shake her head, unable to come up with a rebuttal, and then disappears. Blech. Atri. She's just being difficult about it. Now that she's gone, Ascanio releases a deep sigh. Have you been sifting through our thoughts the entire time? No, well, maybe once. Your non-apology to Atri, would it have killed you to tell her that you felt guilty about letting her die? You know how she is. She would have seen me as weak instead of respecting me. Alpheon hums something with a shrug. What now? I'm afraid we are at Atri's mercy until she makes a decision. Give her some time. Hours, hopefully not days. Also, you might want to have a word with Brother Mattia and Sister Aleste. Ah yes, the mind-clearing kind. I'll leave you to it. He retires to his study. What does he even do in there? He's an alchemist. The panacea type or the metal type? The metal type, I think. It's a full metal alchemist. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. You head upstairs, where Alfhion makes a quick stop at Aleste and Brother Mattia's rooms. There, he slices away their memories of the screaming match between Atri and Ascanio. Nothing you should concern your pretty heads about, Once he closes the door, he looks at you almost sheepishly. I wish I could have you all to myself, but there are things you need to do, don't you? They deserve to know what happened to Laverna. And I need Marinée to know of my new path. He steals a kiss from you. But once you're done, I'll be yours. Music to my ears. I'll take a bath then. The water here is warm. Yeah. He slides into the washing room, winks one last time, and leaves you to it. Brother Mattia opens Aleste's door after you knock. Jesse, I wanted to sing the lauds with you this morning, but you were already gone. That's what he told you once you returned to the refrain. How many of his memories did Alfhion tamper with? I'd welcome you in, but my room is... it's utter chaos. The table and chairs are currently on the bed, and the wardrobe is smack in the middle, too heavy for Aleste and Brother Mattia to move. Wasn't Ascanio helping her move furniture before you asked for him? I got strength. I couldn't possibly ask you to waste your holiness on furniture. You approach the wardrobe. Its weight won't be a problem for you, but its unwieldedness will. Where do you need this? Where the desk was. It will cover the window. She nods. Instead of lifting it, you push. The shadows embolden your muscles and grant them enough strength to move the massive piece of furniture. Thank you. Dawn aided me. You made it look so easy. Why did you decide to arrange the furniture? It's hard to focus on my Vespers when the room is flooded with light. Oh, come on, that's my whole shtick. My whole shtick is light. Aleste, and you too, Brother Mattia. You don't need to hide anymore. They both look at you with hesitation. The leader of those ruffians is dead. Aleste gasps. And the one who will replace her will lead them differently. You let her lieutenants live? Among them, some deserve a second chance. I believe Laverna can change their course. And with time, live different lives. Aleste and Brother Mattia exchange a glance, and they are doubtful, but isn't that natural? That means I can return to the temple. So can I. Not immediately, but yes. You have never seen Brother Mattia so radiant. His joy spills from his eyes and cascades over his happy wrinkles. After some nights of isolation and idleness, he can finally return to his life of service. Here, brother, I have a handkerchief for you. Thank you, I just can't believe it's over. This has been a long day for you, and it's only early afternoon. After a small celebration with them, you excuse yourself to sort out your thoughts in the privacy of your space. With my man? Ascanio announces his return by knocking on your door. Not with my man. Come in. As soon as he enters, his posture deflates and he leans against the door. Next time you decide to invite Atri and Alfhion, please give me some notice. Oopsie doodle. Yeah, oops. Oops. To Ascanio's credit, he does try to look at you in blank disapproval, but a slight smile betrays him. I'm surprised the Admiral stormed off. He was outnumbered, but clearly not going to win, whatever argument we would entangle ourselves in. A soldier would call hers a tactical retreat. What happens if she decides to not team up with us? His face darkens. I'd rather not talk about it. But you have thought about it. Obviously. But enough about her. Why is Alfhion taking a bath? Is he stinky? To quote him, because the water here is warm. All the bells of the city toll together, marking the half hour. You listen to them in silence. I must return to the halls, knowing what will happen to how many knowing what will happen to how many is exactly is necessary before you can ascend as Lady of Dawn. We will also need to have a talk with Renza to convince Atri to not oppose us. And convince her. I never said it would be easy. He leaves with purpose, and you steal a glance to the city beyond the windows, flooded in the warm tones of dusk. You walk to the washroom and hear splashing. Still enjoying the bath? I just stepped into the tub. Wow, that was... How long did it take to fill? You take that as his blessing to visit Marne. You hold the letter she left for you, unable to open it just yet. The freedom she thought she would gain in the abyss will never come to be. Have you failed Marne? Is the alternative failing the entire city? With a knot in your chest, you break the seal. Dazzling smoke overwhelms your senses to bring you to her starry abode. See, I was waiting for you. She is stirring a cup of freshly brewed cha. The mellow aroma of the drink fills the air with its herbal notes. My friend. The dance, how did it go? I refuse to call the abyss, the darkest hour. You... Her spoon clatters on the ground. You did. What the city needs is change, not a bloodbath, but hope. Hope not to be dreamed, but touched. In disbelief, she listens to you recount your exchange with Ascanio. Even the Laverna deserve another chance under a new leader. And you will ascend as Dawn. With Atreus the Prime and Alfiona's dusk, falsehood backed by truth, magic, and intention. I wish I could be firm enough in my beliefs to oppose you, but truth be told, you are a kind soul chilled by death. Kind soul? Ah, but death does terrify me. Power by any other name would be as invigorating. Her pensive smile fades. What will happen to me without the abyss to free me from the shackles of the halls? You can hardly promise anything to her, but the decision doesn't rest on your shoulders alone. I refuse to let you rot in there. The city belongs to the mages, just as it belongs to the rest of the people. Isn't Ascanio the fucking warden? Can't he, like, let people out? With glistening eyes, Marine hides her face in her cup. Thank you, my friend. She collects herself after a moment. I could offer my advising services to you. My price would be my freedom. Advising services? Have you thought about what to do with Nissa and her coven? Not yet. A wonderful sense of levity, of hope, has brightened Marine. You enjoy a cup of cha with her, imbued with your dreams for the future before returning to your room. Yippee! That evening, your slumber is interrupted by a whisper.
I am restless. Lend me your ear.
Hi, Atri! It's Atri, embedded deep into the shadows cast by the starry night.
There is no need to get up.
Okay, I'll just lay here, prone. Oh. I think I have a shirt on. You lose your shape and return to the abyss, where she is waiting for you. The shadows dance around you, one soul's now power for you to be harnessed. How are you feeling? I'm all ears. Good evening. How you doing?
How are you doing? Do you feel better?
Yes, you saw me in a moment of weakness. But I have none left for now.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
For you, maybe.
Within the world of the abyss, where souls mingle without the limitations of physical bodies, Atri retracting from you means that she needs to be arranged. Means she needs to arrange her thoughts. It doesn't take long, but time is meaningless in the abyss.
How did you convince Alfion so easily?
I let him grab my titty. He's always preferred the goddess to the abyss. Yeah, yeah, that one.
His choice to support her. To be dusk must be founded on something more than a simple whim. Alfion has always been sensitive to a fault to the pleas of mortals. He not only knows what's hidden in their hearts, he also knows of their desires.
And what do the mortals want?
They must want her lie, the illusion of justice, empty retribution.
Uh-huh. It won't be empty if you exact
Having
it.
them believe in the heavens and hells doesn't mean the gulls will have to be empty.
What of the gallows?
We will need to decide that together with Alfion and Ascanio and refine our tenets and...
Tenants?
Dawn is my domain, and 3 are my laws. Nurture hope, cherish understanding, and remember that what you wish upon others, you wish upon yourself.
Yeah. What would your tenets be?
I wouldn't know. I was never interested in the practices of the goddess.
Okay.
I'm sure you could be brought up to speed in no time.
You grew this enamored with the false son after speaking with the prodigal one.
After a poignant pause, she resumed
I
speaking.
was afraid he was manipulating you, ancient as he is compared to your mere days on this earth.
I appreciate the concern. All around you, the dance of frenzied shadows is unkind to you. They graze you, unable to hurt you, unable to turn against an envoy, for now. You wonder if the same thing will happen once the last soul stops protecting you from the abyss and its consequences.
When I first awakened, I was welcomed by the acolytes of the abyss, come to witness the glorious sacrifice of their brethren. Did you?
I'll know.
No, not enough are left, and they worship the abyss alongside the goddess.
How do they reconcile the two in their hearts?
One is a mask, the other is their truth.
Perhaps I too should adapt to their ways. Garb myself in light while preserving darkness.
What does that mean, Archery?
That I am willing to be your prime. But if I am to be the sword that descends after the scales fall out of balance, I will drag the hells upon this earth and unleash them on those that deserve it.
Okay.
That sounds like a threat.
It is not for you. You are not one of the mortals that will taste the abyss.
Heart is not in it, but she agreed.
I will see you tomorrow, I am sure.
As soon as she leaves, you return to your dreamless slumber, now chilled by her resolve. Yippee! Hello! A sudden thumping sound resonates through your dreamless slumber. You open your eyes to catch the shadow of a pebble in your window, flooded by the golden light of dawn. You know of only one person who'd awake so early and would rather throw rocks at your window than enter the refrain. You adjust your nightgown to be presentable and look in the courtyard. Silas is kneeling on the ground, searching for more pebbles to throw. Before she gets a chance, you open the window. Morning! She waves at you from below. Morning! I'm coming in if you don't mind. Through the window? Why not? It's quicker. And more dangerous. Not for me. She stands up and pats her hands on her pants and squares the wall up for a moment. While she's climbing up, you get dressed. Once she reaches the window, she beams at you. See? She does her best to avoid the soft bedding and lands on the carpet instead. I still can't really wrap my head around you being the Lady of Dawn, despite seeing it with my own eyes. She scratches her cheek in a rare display of bashfulness. You don't mind if I still see you as Chussie, right? Of course not. Nothing has really changed about me, Silas, so why would you treat me any differently? Once people start praying to you. Although, for being your second day as Lady of Dawn, you have already broken some rules. She elbows you with a wink. Where were you at daybreak, Sleeping. Not fitting for Dawn to miss out on Dawn. Sleeping. The CP. Sleeping. Tisk tisk. But I shouldn't be so harsh with you. You've already done something for the city. She traces a crisscross on her eyes and lips. You killed her, didn't you? She seems utterly unfazed by the death of Laverna. How did you know? When I came back yesterday from the Forester's hide, I was taken to the hideout to hand the maps over, and saw what you did. There's a subtle tension in her jaw, one only you can catch because you're so familiar with her. I'd never seen her. It was the one before her that gave me this. She taps on her lips, marked with a clean, vertical scar you have come to associate with the group. What of the others? What of me? I think everybody deserves second chances. Imagine what the Laverna could do if you used your hideout, your connections, and your skills for more noble pursuits. Like commerce, for example. Her nose scrunches. We do a bit of that, kinda. With someone like Renza and power, you could rival the reach of a merchant guild. Her mouth turns to a perfect O. Renza? Renza? Is she not capable to lead you? I don't know about that. I just don't like her with her fake names and fake jewelry. Her people are happy, however, the mighty and mighty loyal. She grunts. I don't know what your plan is, you know, but no, sorry, I still don't like her. I almost forgot what I came here for. Her hand digs into a hidden pocket of her vest and she fishes out a small rod of parchment. This, do me a favor, A faint scent lingers on the parchment, that of wax and perfumed oil. The handwriting, despite its cursive elegance, is occasionally splotchy. The words chill your bones. Whomst? Chussy, how much is this ruffian's life worth to you? Meet me by the Admiral's statue at noon, and no harm shall come to her once you divert your eyes. Signed, your brother dearest. Oh, fucking shitty brother. How did you get your hands on this? Someone give it to you? Why, is that bad? You're in danger. Her abyss reveals her secrets to you. She is more familiar with dread than you thought. The desire to fight and the instinct to flee drown everything else in Silas's mind. You sever the connection to the abyss and ignore the shadows that try to pull you back into her mind. What kind of danger are we talking about? The deadly kind. The signature belongs to Miss Legrande's brother, the one that made a fool of himself during the Queen's dance, and none other than the patron lord of the house. Nobody will lay a finger on you while I am around. That doesn't answer my question, but thank you. Please, tell me where you found this. She turns around and begins pacing. I did mention once or twice the really nice pay I was getting to keep you alive, right? I didn't know you were still receiving it. It surprised me as well, but I'm not used to asking questions. Yesterday I made a stop where the money is left, except there was none, just this scroll. Your mind races with what-ifs. The patron lord used Silas to reach you. How did he know of her connection with you? Could he somehow intercepted the money? Tell me what the scroll says. So you do. Signed, your brother dearest. She whispers a curse. The one that you humiliated at the dance, a patron lord. You nod. A new possibility seems more likely by the minute. Silas's mysterious benefactor could have been the patron lord all along. No, that can't be possible. Your brother became patron lord after the funeral of his father, the same funeral Anelia attended for her own mother. Was this a posthumous arrangement by Miss Legrande's father? Why Silas then? Your questions will have to wait until noon, you're afraid. Let me handle this. Aye aye, friend. Gone are the protests and the worry. She trusts you. You let her go back to Miss Sweet Willie. Oh yeah, we named the kitty cat. You let her go back to Sweet Miss Willie, left in the care of a neighbor, Silas tells you. You find Ascanio in the entrance. Of all the things he could be doing, he's polishing a door handle with a rag. At least you're not the one to find joy in the only one to find joy in mundanity. I'm so good at words. I'm so good at them. Good morning. He gives you a shiny handle and a look of approval before smiling at you. What are you up to? There was a speck of tarnish on the handle that bothered me. No more. It's unlike you to be awake for the lauds. Silas brought me a message from the patron Lord Legrande. He wishes to have a word with me. Ascanio's nose wrinkles in contempt. He must not hold your brother in high esteem. I need to tell you about Atri. What of her? She visited me during the night, through the shadows. Without words to weigh our thoughts down, I shared with her our bright vision for Carolise. She resigned herself to it. Your choice of words is quite telling. Atri won't be against us, but I don't believe she'll stand with us either. She'll begrudgingly accept us. He hums. It's a better outcome than the one I had predicted, an open conflict between us. He nods to you warmly in an open display of respect. We should tell Alpheon about Atri's decision. I wish to meet with everyone to discuss the matter of the halls, once I'm done with my brother dearest. Leave the arrangements to me. Thank you. Noon, the time of your rendezvous, is still several hours away. You decide to return upstairs and bump into Aleste, who is delighted to have someone to talk to as she redoes her brain. Redoes her brain? Braids? Braids! Braids!